In the name of God. The job interview.
Mr. Carter, the HR manager, looked at Emma's resume carefully. "Your resume is impressive," he said. "But I noticed some gaps in your work history. Can you explain why you were not working during those times?" Emma took a deep breath before answering. She knew this question was important. "I took time off to recover from an illness," Emma explained. "It was necessary for my health. If I had continued working, it would have been harmful. I hope you understand why I had to demur before taking another job. However, I kept learning new skills during that time." Mr. Carter nodded and continued, "We appreciate that you took care of your health. But we also want to see if you can handle challenges in a fast-paced environment. Your last boss said you were sometimes too strong in your opinions. Can you tell us your side of the story?" Emma expected this question and was ready to answer. She wanted to explain clearly before the denouement of the interview. "There was a misunderstanding at my last job," Emma said. "The company had some problems with how it treated employees. I spoke up because I believed things could be better. I was only trying to help the company grow. I was thinking about the demographic needs of our customers and employees." Mr. Carter listened carefully. "That is interesting," he said. "However, we believe in teamwork. Can you describe a time when you disagreed with a manager but still worked well together?" Emma smiled because she had a good example to share. She was ready to delineate her experience in a way that showed her problem-solving skills. "At my last job, I worked with a manager who often ignored important details," she said. "I knew that these small things could cause big problems later. So, I politely explained my concerns and gave suggestions. Instead of just saying no, I helped find a solution. In the end, my ideas helped the company and the denizens of our customer base." Mr. Carter seemed impressed. "That is a good way to handle disagreements," he said. "Now, let's talk about adapting to change. Can you give an example of a time when you had to adjust your plans quickly?" Emma thought for a moment. She had a perfect story about a defunct project that she had helped save. "One time, our company was using an old marketing strategy," she explained. "But I noticed that it wasn't working anymore. Customers had changed, and we needed a new plan. So, I suggested a modern approach, and my boss agreed. Because of this, we avoided losing money on a defunct idea." Mr. Carter nodded again. "That is a great example of adaptability," he said. "In our company, we also value respect. Can you describe how you show deference to your team and managers?" Emma smiled because she always believed in treating others with respect. "I always listen carefully to my colleagues and managers," she said. "Even if I have a different idea, I make sure to respect their opinions. I believe that every person has something valuable to contribute. Good teamwork comes from good communication. I always show deference when discussing new ideas." Mr. Carter seemed pleased with her answer. "Now, let's talk about how you understand customers," he said. "Our company serves people from different backgrounds. How do you make sure your work connects with a wide audience?" Emma knew that understanding demotic language and trends was very important. "I always keep up with the latest customer trends," she said. "I read about what people like and what they need. I also make sure that our communication is simple and easy to understand. If a company only uses complicated words, it might lose customers. That's why I focus on making messages more demotic and relatable." Mr. Carter smiled. "That is a great skill," he said. "Now, let's talk about challenges. Have you ever faced a situation where someone tried to denigrate your work? How did you handle it?" Emma remembered a difficult time at her last job when a coworker had spoken badly about her. "Yes, I have experienced that before," she said. "A coworker once took credit for my ideas and told others that I was not a good worker. At first, I was upset, but I stayed professional. I continued to do my job well and let my results speak for themselves. In the end, my boss noticed my hard work and the person who tried to denigrate me lost credibility." Mr. Carter looked impressed. That shows great professionalism, he said. Let's discuss financial responsibility. If a customer is about to default on a payment, how would you handle it? Emma had experience dealing with late payments from clients in her previous job. I would first contact the customer to understand their situation, she said. Sometimes, people have real financial problems. If possible, I would offer them a solution, like a payment plan. The goal is to help the customer while protecting the company. We want to avoid default situations but still be fair. Mr. Carter nodded. That is a reasonable approach, he said. Now, one final question. Why do you want to work for us? Emma was excited about this question because she had a strong reason for wanting this job. I admire your company's values and how you treat employees, she said. You respect creativity and encourage teamwork. I also like how your company keeps up with industry changes. Many businesses fail because they don't adapt, but your company is always growing. I would love to be part of this team. Mr. Carter smiled and looked at his colleagues. Thank you, Emma, he said. We appreciate your thoughtful answers. We will discuss and let you know our decision soon. Emma shook hands with the interviewers, feeling confident. She had given her best answers, and now she just had to wait for the denouement of the interview. As she walked out of the office, Emma felt proud of herself. No matter what happened, she had shown her skills and confidence. She knew that every experience, even this interview, was a chance to learn. Now, she just had to wait for the company's decision. Whatever happened next, she was ready for it.
Like and subscribe if you would like.